Coming out of the crypt for my number 5 spot has to be the 80s classic Fright Night. Now, I think we've all had to deal with bad neighbors before, but they've never been down-year-old vampires. At least for me. Makes you really appreciate just having to deal with a barking dog. Kinda does. Fright Night has everything you want in an 80s horror, with its great visual effects, phenomenal soundtrack, and amazing atmosphere which harkens back to classic horror from the 30s and 40s. Fright Night is the perfect film to watch between spying on your neighbor who may or may not be a vampire. I just gotta warn you though, any night with this foot is going to be a...
It's showtime.
Well, it's showtime. Coming in at number 4 has to be the Tim Burton classic, Beetlejuice. I told you it was coming up. Now, Beetlejuice has all the makings of a Halloween classic, including macabre but goofy imagery,
Real good about myself, you know what I mean?
a strange but entertaining plot,
We're gonna have some laughs.
and, let me tell you, a great off-the-wall Danny Elfman soundtrack.
Sure.
This film really has it all. There's a reason why Michael Keaton's character has become a pop icon figure and everybody's favorite bioexorcist, which, surprisingly enough, is a pretty competitive market. I even know a couple of ghouls who made a living in it.
Hey, yeah, now, you get a free demon possession with every extra. Nah, you can't beat that, can you?
All jokes aside, Tim Burton seriously knocked the skull out of the cemetery with this one, making a perfect choice for my number 4 spot. So, looks like I'm all head now. You know, days like these, you wake in the morning, you lose your body, now you're just a head. Well, back onto my list. You heard that music, didn't you? You know what's at number 1. Come on now. What else can be number 1? Coming in at my number 1 spot is, of course, Halloween. The original. I hate that I have to make that elaboration, but after the 15 other movies in the series, I can understand why someone might be a little confused. Personally, I would have stopped the series after Busta Rhymes was doing karate on Michael Myers. But you know, let's try to forget about that as we look at this classic. From the orange leaves to the quotes in the air, which almost seems to seep through your TV screen, giving you chills even in the Florida heat. From the dark houses playing old horror flicks to the trick-or-treaters being able to be heard in the distance, this film's got so much Halloween atmosphere that you could probably watch this mid-July and be ready to carve pumpkins halfway through. Now, what else do you need in a Halloween film? Music, of course. That loop might as well be the theme song, not just for the movie Halloween, but for Halloween in general. It really speaks for itself. Now, finally, the last thing I have to say about the movie Halloween is the timeless plot. See, Michael Myers isn't your cookie-cutter 80s slasher, but something much more sinister and a lot more timeless. He doesn't really have a motive in this film. His actions are random and without reason. The same way someone could never understand the boogeyman, it'd be impossible to understand Michael. This makes Michael a lot more timeless than the counterparts in the late 70s and early 80s. So, with all due respect to Jason, Freddy Krueger, and others, is there really another film I could put at number 1? No, there's not. And there's a reason why it's considered, and it pretty much is, the greatest horror film of all time.